Well, hello there, it's Kriint and welcome to another speed build. This week I am doing something completely different from what I've been doing all the previous weeks, and I'm really excited for it. It's actually a house that I call it back to basics. It has, it's been renovated, but the people who live there don't have much money, and they've been renovating random parts of the house while they have money, and based off how much money they have each time. So it's not like going all like well together, and it's not very messy, but it's weird looking, but not very weird looking. Like, you have metal windows on the one hand because that's what they could afford and that's what they put, and then on the other hand you have like old time from get together windows and few others from cats and dogs. So very different styles. The interior is basically timed, but few things look handmade, which was my aim, and few other things look like they just bought it and it's very modern and it doesn't go anywhere around the house, but they just liked it and they were like, you know what? Sure, we're gonna get it. I want that in my house. So they don't really make sense together, but they like it. So yeah, it's very weird, but I love it. So the house is, I said so many times, the house is for 3 sims. Currently, as it looks right now, it could only reside 2 sims in the upper level, but I had to expand it a bit because, you might want to have a kid or something. So I felt like let's just have extra space for it. So yeah, basically that was my idea behind it. It's in the part of Brindleton Bay where, nothing is around it. There are a lot of trees, and if you walk a bit down, there is a little lake or pond. So I felt like it was the perfect location to do a house like that. I used a lot of the items from Laundry Stuff Pack, which is basically my main inspiration. Here are the metal windows that I was talking about. I feel like, they are so different. You would usually see them in a modern build, but I feel like they work so well. I love that. So yeah. What else? What I was saying. Oh yeah, basically it's very remote from everything, and you will see it's very overgrown. We will jump in a few seconds into the landscaping part, which from now on I'm doing it like, pictures that I take every 5 minutes. You will see it, and you can't really see much difference because I've done so much, and honestly you can just pinpoint, like, I add flowers, I add very few things, and they are very hard to see. So I made, the, I guess, transition go a bit faster. It's not as satisfying on the eye as it was in the other build that I've did it, but I'm happy with it. So originally, I wanted to do that as a ranch, that a family not very rich, like very poor, would live there. They don't have a lot. Basically, my inspiration was the ranch from Netflix. If you don't watch it, basically they are ranch owners, and they're not like massive ranch owners, and they have to compete with other massive ranches. So because in this area we have also this huge 64 by 64 lot, which I decided to do it as a ranch, a very rich and texture ranch. I felt like, maybe making it as a small ranch would be very cute, and having us in the ranch, the TV show I said ranch so many times, they have basically a cabin out in the woods that is part of the ranch. I thought about adding a cabin there, and I really love the idea, but because the lot was so freaking small, I couldn't actually fit it, and I decided to basically strive away from that idea, and I went with that, as you're seeing here. So yeah, it's basically, it has a lot of trees around. They don't really care about the lawn or anything like that. You will see in the screenshots, and you previously saw, we have all of those grasses like overgrown, and you have a lot of flowers, because I feel like they just love flowers, and you can see the different decorations. Currently they all are very timed and old, but afterwards I thought the exterior is kind of like renovated, as I talked about. You know, they renovated few parts, few others they didn't, and I felt like, you know, they probably bought few stuff for the interior. They didn't only renovated the exterior. So yeah, as you can see, the kitchen is rather modern, if you want to say so. I wanted to go with more old kitchen, especially the kitchen, because I feel like it's such an expensive part to renovate, but I don't know, I felt like it didn't look so rancy and farmhousey as this one does, so that's why we're going with this one. Loads and loads of items used from Laundry Day stuff pack, and I love how well they work with parenthood, cats and dogs, and I think those, right? Yeah, which is why I mostly try to use those items from those packs, so in case, you know, you don't have a few other packs, they will basically just disappear, but I think that's okay. Because I used a lot, actually. I tend to use so many packs, which I totally forget to make a build, like, you know, with limited packs, and this is like not the case. The interior has like fewer items, but you still have get together, you still have city living, so, you know, it's not a win-win. So as you see here, I had to expand the house because I realized I don't have room to actually add a second bedroom, and I felt like before they renovated the house, at least that's my storyline in my mind while I was building that. Originally they just had a bed, and they basically had it anywhere around the house, it doesn't matter, and they had a kid, so they had to have more structure in their lives, and they built, I guess, expanded the bottom floor a bit. As you see, the room is like kind of weird, it doesn't make sense to be there, it sticks out a bit. So that was my idea behind it. You will see later, we will put a different floor to there, so it looks way more renovated, and it also has different walls and everything. Plus the top part, it looks completely like it's a newer part rather than the rest. It has different flooring, it has different wallpapers, it has different like windows, everything is different. So yeah, I'm very excited. The family that lives there, I decided they have cat or cats, and they have a dog, and outside we have a dog house, which took me forever to build, like for freaking ever, but I'm really happy with it. And it looks so cute, and it works, so I'm excited for it, because I feel like when you are in a farm, you don't usually have your dog inside. They usually have a dog house outside, which sadly we don't have in The Sims 4. I read somewhere while I was trying to find why we don't have like dog houses. I was like, why? They thought it was cruel to have dogs live outside. Like, I read that in a headline or something, and I'm like, either that's very clickbaity or that's really stupid, because there's so many strays in the world, in the Sims 4 world. Like, I'm not talking about real life, I'm talking about Sims life. We have so many strays, so it doesn't make sense to not have, you know, a dog house, since so many live already outside and they live in benches and they eat whatever in The Sims 4, like in The Sims 4, so it doesn't make any sense. I didn't read the article because, well, I didn't really care, to be honest. But I just felt it was so stupid, like, so stupid. And we're never gonna get dog houses because, it's kind of like hot tubs. When they released hot tubs, they exclusively said the hot tubs are only going to be in this pack. You're not gonna see any other pack with hot tubs. Because, it was something exclusive. Same as with cats and dogs. They are not gonna make like a stuff pack, extra cat and dog stuff, because they're gonna have very limited sales from those who only bought cats and dogs. So, the bathroom. Yeah, I didn't know what I would do with it. I definitely wanted a bathtub, because I felt like, it was needed, especially if you had a dog, you want a bathtub to have somewhere to wash him and bathe him, or if you had a toddler. So yeah, and here I made, a little area for a computer. I wasn't sure if I really want a computer. Like, I feel like this house is more towards a person who would paint rather someone who would write. But again, I feel like, what? It's a computer. We all have computers, so yeah, I feel like even these guys would have computers. And here's the part, like, before I used the grungy wallpapers from City Living, and I feel like, no, this room is renovated, so we must make it more fabulous and more fun. It's for a kid. And here you see like more modern stuff coming, and like different textures and styles, and they all blend together somehow because that's what the owners did. So yeah, different styles. They don't really make sense, but I really like how this house turned out, and I'm really looking forward to playing this. So as you can see here, I'm changing the entire flooring on this floor, and also the wallpapers. They are very different from what we have downstairs or what we have in the kids' bedroom, because I feel like, as I told you in the beginning, they renovate different parts of the house based on the money they have, and they don't have a lot. Sometimes they have more, sometimes they have less, so they work with what they have. And they also have a fireplace, because apparently they had more money and they decided to add a fireplace, and I was like, why not? It looks nice, it looks homey, and I added it. And we're gonna jump we're gonna jump anytime now in the landscaping, not the landscaping, I guess the backyard decorating. I love the backyard. It has so many flowers, it's so pretty. I love it, I'm obsessed. This house has so many colors, it has so much personality. It's just so different from all the classic houses I've been doing, even though, they had their decorations, they had their own sense of style. This is so different, that's why I love it. I just, so fun. Like very random stuff, and I love this stuff pack and how all work together. How well they all work together. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. So you can see like what's the word, like the flowers, few look more new, other look more old, and the chairs look very timed and used. So yeah, I really love going with this style. The fireplace there makes no sense, not the fireplace, the chimney. Like, we don't have a fireplace on the inside, but again, they could have, and within the renovations they could tear it down or whatever, so yeah. So here is the backyard. It has a thing for the kids to play, and here is the adorable, I think, dog house. It has its own little yard, which I feel like, oh hell yeah, like, okay, I knocked the mic. I hope you did not hear that. Like, it has its own little yard, and it's just, I love it. I'm gonna do that in so many more houses that I'm gonna design, because it's just perfect. And he has his own soccer ball, because I feel like, why the hell not? Like, why the hell not? This family doesn't have much electronics. You can see we have a very old computer, we have a very old TV, and they don't even have laundries and stuff, like, washer and dryer. So they do clothes in hands in that little new thing. So I don't know, I'm really excited. I'm happy, and that's important. I really hope you will like it too. And here are the screenshots. It's just it's so fun. It was so fun. I loved it, and it's just weird looking. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can find some use for it. Like, I hope you kinda like it. I don't know. Anyways, there is a link in the description down below if you want to download the house, or you can search my username in the gallery, which is the exact same as here. What do you think of this whole style? It's very different and it's very weird. So I really want your opinion on it because it's not something perfect. And I like creating perfect builds, but that was very different. Like, do you like it? What's your opinion on it? And the doghouse, oh god, the doghouse. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have an amazing day and take care. Bye!